Hey up everyone, my name is Hutch and I hope you're doing alright. I've got a few new subscribers recently, so hello to you all and welcome to my channel. Like I said, my name is Hutch and I like making Sims videos. I also post Sims content to my Instagram. You can find me on there at SimsHutchYT, and that's also in the description as well as any other like relevant information. So yeah, anyway, let me get into this build then. So this time I've decided to make another cottage. And this time I used some items from Eco Lifestyle because I wanted to make an off-the-grid lot. And this house is actually a starter home as well, so the final price of it is about 23,000 simoleons. I think it's like 23,300 and something, I can't remember, but it's under 24,000, which is the starter amount for 3 Sims. And this house was built for a family of 3 sisters, and someone actually suggested in a comment that I make a family of witches that own a cottage in Henford-On-Bagley, and this cottage was actually going to be that, but I ended up changing my mind because I wanted to build something that could be off the grid, and I just ended up making this family instead. You'll be able to see them on screen, but I'm also going to upload them to the gallery and you'll see them in the screenshots as well. I have another idea for a cottage intended for a witch, so keep an eye out for that. That'll probably be up next week or something. So the family that I built this house for, they've got quite a messy story. I'm not going to delve too much into it, but they'll be on the gallery like I said, and the description has got it all there. But basically they were living in Evergreen Harbour with their parents and they ended up passing away, and the eldest sister has made the decision to move her younger siblings away from Evergreen Harbour and out to Henford-On-Bagley to like start fresh. So they took all the money which they had, which wasn't that much, and bought this little cottage in the countryside. And this move has caused like quite a bit of friction between the family. The eldest wants to fully embrace like the cottagecore life and wants to be fully self-sufficient and just like fully start over, whereas the middle sister is understandably a little bit pissed off that she's been moved away from her home and her life, and you know, all this happening shortly after her parents have died, which, you know, not going to be easy, is it? And she's also an aspiring writer and she can't even do that, so yeah. There's a lot of like conflict, and then the youngest sister is a mean sim and she just loves winding up the middle sister and like poking fun at her, pulling pranks on her and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of issues that they've got to work through. So yeah, anyway, for the exterior of this cottage, I wanted it to look quite overgrown. So I raised the terrain to make it look like it's on this hill, and I've put a lot of plants on the hill to achieve that like overgrown look. And I just added lots of random plants from the debug menu to try and save on simoleons. And I did have to cut some of the landscaping out just because there's a lot of footage of it, just of me going through the debug menu really. And yeah, it's just a lot of scrolling, so I cut a bit of it out and it does get a bit repetitive, like just putting loads of plants down. And it was quite difficult as well to get the plants to actually sit on the hill and not like float above the terrain, but I managed to get the look that I was going for in the end. And then after I finished the interior, which we'll get onto soon, I did this like little pond, and the pond does have a fishing spot, so your Sims will be able to fish there. You just need to add fish to the pond from your Sims inventory. I'll probably just do that before I upload it to the gallery, but knowing me, I'll probably forget. So to do that, you just need to have some fish in your Sims inventory, and then you like stock the pond with the fish from your inventory. So yeah, then you can have it like whatever fish you want in there. And I also included the lot challenge simple living along with off the grid, so that the Sims can only cook food if they've got the ingredients for it. And I'm not sure if lot traits and challenges save to the gallery. I think they do, but if they don't, at least you'll know what the lot is supposed to have. But you can play with the house however you want. If you don't want it to be off the grid, you can just add some lights that require power. And then for the interior, I've just put those lights down so I can see what I'm doing, and I removed them at the end, so the only light source that they have is like from the windows and then candles. And then the main bedroom is the eldest sister's bedroom, and I gave her that like fabricated bed from Eco Lifestyle. I always forget what that pack's called. Yeah, just try and save a bit of money. The interior style that I went with for this house is just like, I guess, cottagey and old-fashioned, but I imagined some of the furniture that they've like got is some like stuff that they've brought with them from the like previous house. As I said, they didn't have much money, so I don't think they'd have the luxury of buying like completely new furniture. So it's like mainly traditional style sort of stuff, but then they've also got like a modern desk in the bedroom, and then I guess the bed is quite modern, the one in the main bedroom. But yeah, I went with the wallpaper from Cottage Living and the flooring from Eco Lifestyle just because it's like the cheapest. I think there is some cheaper flooring that's base game, but I think that one looks a bit better. And yeah, for the younger sister's bedroom, obviously they've got to share because of the size of the house, but I put another door on there so they can like just have access to the like picnic bench that I put out there. And as I said, they've got a desk in the bedroom, which I did put that like I guess it's a computer. I don't know if it's classed as a laptop or a computer, but it looks like a typewriter. But it was pretty expensive. I think it was like 1,400 simoleons or something like that. But yeah, I just got rid of that. But you could still have one if you wanted. The solar panels that are on the roof should manage to power it. I did originally put 4 on the roof, but I removed 2 of them because they're expensive as well. They're like 850 simoleons. Also, that typewriter computer, I do like it and I think it looks cool and that, but it would have been good if they could have made like an actual typewriter, like instead of a screen, just have like a piece of paper or something. Although that would require them to like make an entirely new object and like a new animation for it, because you'd have to like have the same, you know, like when you've got a typewriter, when you need to go to like the next line, you pull that thing and then it goes to the next line. I don't know anything about typewriters or how they work, but you know what I mean. But yeah, it would have been nice to have like a proper typewriter in the game. It'd be something like different to have, but I get why you can't really do that, because it would be like a whole like new object, wouldn't it? Because it wouldn't function in the same way that a computer does, because it'd just be for writing. But yeah, anyway, then for the living room, I knew I wanted to have like a fireplace because of that chimney outside, and I really like the ones that came with the new pack. And then I placed that settee from Eco Lifestyle because it's just cheap and it does look like the Sims would have like made it themselves. I know that's what it's meant to be, or what it's meant to look like, but I reckon it fits this sort of house. And the floor plan for this house is a bit weird, I think. It's like a bit awkward, but it's right, it's functional. And I've just remembered as well, I'm going to do another challenge on my Instagram soon. I did my first one, like the first ever one, last month to celebrate reaching 1,000 followers on there. But yeah, the goal for that one was to renovate like my actual house in The Sims. I've not announced it yet, but if you want to take part in the upcoming challenge, go follow me on Instagram if you want, and you'll see when I've like announced it. And if you've not done a Sims building challenge before, it's no bother, I'll just explain all the rules on the like post and that. But that'll be sometime this week, I imagine, and I'll mention it in my next video as well if it's up like in time for that. But yeah, the last one had a pretty short time window, with like the deadline being a day before the Cottage Living pack was released, because I gifted the winner the new pack like on Origin. But I'm going to run this one for a bit longer. The only thing is, I have no like patience, and I don't know whether this is like an autistic thing or an ADHD thing, probably a bit of both actually. But you know when you've got like an appointment at say like 2 PM or something, like you'll do whatever during the day and then you just go to your appointment when you've got it. Well, for me, I don't do that. I just wait around till it's that time. My brain is like so focused on the fact that I have an appointment that that's all I can really do. Like yesterday, I had some family members coming up to like visit, and they said that they'd come up in the afternoon, and that's not really a specific time, so I would just sort of like sat waiting around from sort of the minute it ate like 12 PM. I was just like, right, they're coming up some point now till whenever. And then they text saying that they were coming up after they've had the tea, and that's not specific either, so I was just like sat waiting all day. But yeah, that's just because I'm not like really good with like time and stuff, because I'm on like a now and not now time. So if it's happening on the day, then it's all I can think about, and if it's not happening on that day, then it's totally out of my like mind. And I'm like that with like dates and stuff. So I've got like 2 appointments this month, but they were set last month. So as soon as I were like, right, that's when the appointment is, it were done, like totally out of my like head. And then yeah, it'll get to like the day before the appointment and I'll just be like, oh my god, it's then. And then I'll wake up and it'll be all I can think about. And yeah, the thing with like the challenge that I did last month was I like set the I like put the post on Instagram, set the date and everything, and then just totally forgot about it, didn't think about it. People would like tag me in posts and stuff, but I just didn't like think. And then like the day before it ended, I was like, oh shit, I've got to put some posts together and like announce the winner. So yeah, that were a long-winded way of saying that I have a shit sense of time. Anyway, I've come out to finish the landscaping off now, and I've just done that quick pool like I said, and just gonna add some more plants around it, make it look overgrown and stuff. And I didn't realise as well that you can collect water from ponds if you're on like an off the grid lot, so that's a nice little feature. But the pond is shallow enough for Sims to like wade in it, and the builds are like play tested and functional and everything. And then I also added that like farming patch with it being a simple living house, so you can obviously like live off your plants and whatever. And if you want to add some like chickens, you can fit a coop near where that picnic bench is. But I'm going to wrap up the voiceover here and leave you with some screenshots. Thanks for all your support on my last couple of videos, I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like. And if you want to subscribe, go ahead and do that as well. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you later. Bye!